Spotlight. I'm out and about back at Pascones Ristorante, one of my favorite places to be, back with Chef Will. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you, Tyler. It's such a pleasure to be back as always. And
Yes. What's happening here?
well, we're here to feature our fall special, which is going to be a nice pecan duck breast with a vegetable puree, potato gnocchi sarladaise, which is a classic. Right here, we have just a little bit of a duck fat in our pan. I'm going to add a little bit of shallots. 1, 2 teaspoons. Thank you. We're going to sweat these off 2 minutes. I'm going to deglaze a little brandy. If you could grab that brandy for me right there, I'd appreciate it. Whoa, take it easy there, buddy. Like we say in the kitchen, stand back, there's going to be a little fire.
All right.
Stand back.
Like a little flame. Wow. Look at that.
I'll give that back to you. So once this alcohol burns off, we're going to add our roasted duck stock. I'm going to reach here, grab our little bit of roasted duck stock. 1, 2, like 3 tablespoons. Right there. I'm going to grab a little bit of mustard, whole grain mustard. Like a little bit of whole grain mustard this time of year. And I'm going to reach across here, if you would, please. Excuse me.
And I'll just take care of some of this brandy right here.
Take it easy there, buddy. Take it easy. Going to add a little bit of stock. Thin that out.
Now, what was the inspiration behind the menu choices for this month's special?
Well, once again, it's the menu choices are based on the seasons, and I am both classically Italian and French trained. So what I've done is taken a little bit of the Italian part, which is the gnocchi, and the sarladaise part, or the gnocchi, we're going to cook in duck fat. So the gnocchis are going to be cooked in duck fat, and they're going to be seasoned. So that's classic French. So we're bringing classic French with classic Italian, and that's where a little bit of this inspiration comes from. Perfect. No salt and pepper required. We'll turn that off, let that rest. While that's happening, our gnocchis, we're waiting for those. Those are going to pop up, and then we're going to drop them, drain them, drop them into the duck fat, and then cook them. And these are sort of my version of a high-end tater tot.
Okay. So 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Once our gnocchis float,
All right.
we're going to make sure they're drained off extremely well. So what you want to do is the reason why I say extremely well, because you're going to add these to 400-degree oil, and the oil will float up. So I'm going to remove that out, our strainer out. I'm going to put these in here just to drain off a little bit of excess water. And then, stand back, please. I'm going to drop those right into the water, into the oil. There we go. See, it's floating up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to drop this back inside. So this is the part you really have to be careful on, because the excess moisture is going to be in there. It's going to float to the top.
I see.
And then how you're going to know these are ready, Tyler, is that these are going to float to the top just as if you would cook them in water. And then they're going to be nice and golden.
Wow, incredible. Now, these are gnocchis, you said?
These are gnocchis.
So can you use a different type of pasta with this, or is this really formulated for this dish?
You could use regular potatoes if you wanted to, but since we're Italian, we tend to use a little bit of the gnocchis. If you would grab that bowl for me, please.
Oh, I was getting ready to grab the brandy.
Oh, again. And then once those are in there, we're going to give those a couple minutes. You see how they puff up and they firm on the outside?
Yeah.
So we're going to put them in our bowl. A little bit of paper on the inside to drain off the...
So you don't want them to get too brown then?
No, you don't want them to be too brown, because what happens is they will lose the moisture on the inside of the gnocchi, and once they lose the moisture on the inside of the gnocchi, then it's going to be really tough on the outside and on the inside. I'm going to dust it. We've made a little bit of rosemary and rosemary sea salt. We're going to dust that lightly. Slide this back. Right there. I'm going to add a little bit. This is a little bit of blend. We've roasted some garlic, and we've done a little bit of truffle oil together. Slide that there. Going to give them just a little hop. And as always, perfect. I'm going to slide over here, get a little bit of our puree. So the puree which we've made is a blend of carrots, parsnips, and butternut squash. And I've cooked those in a ratio of 50% coconut milk and 50% stock.
Very nice. Okay.
So we're going to put a dollop in the center of our plate.
Beautiful, chef.
Give a little drag. Going to slide it over here, slide it over there, and then we're going to take our plate and pull ourselves right there. Then, we're going to grab our duck breast. Now, what we've done, obviously for the magic of television, Tyler, is we've cooked these just a little bit ahead of time. So we've seasoned them really well, salt, pepper, both sides, and then I've just touched them for a little bit of heat with a little bit of cracked black pepper. And with all proteins, you want to allow them after you cook to sit for a minimum of 5 minutes. Because if you look at this plate, you'll see very little liquid has come out, and you want that juice to be inside. So then we're going to slice 1, 2, 3, 4.
You know, I've always had a bad habit of taking the juice out and putting it on a napkin, but that's your actual flavor, so you actually want that, right?
That's right. That's the natural flavor that you want to be trapped inside your. You want to be trapped inside your duck.
Wow,
So
look at that presentation.
a little bit here, and then I'm going to reach back across, Tyler, grab our sauce, which has been here, sitting here. Just garnish it ever so lightly, and then we'll hit it with a little bit of the rosemary. And
Now, for this special, while you're preparing this, you would accompany this with what type of wine?
I would, for me personally, I would go something light. I would probably go with a Pinot. Anything that's very young, sort of very fruit forward, not too overbearing like a Cab or a Zinfandel in that way. But I would go definitely with something of that nature that would be light enough to complement the heat in the duck and bring out the taste of the root vegetables and allow the rosemary to come out as well.
All right, a finished project right here. Look at that, amazing. Right here at Pascones Ristorante. You can get these specials up till when?
Till the end of October.
End of October. That's the end of the segment. We'll see you when we're out and about. Back to you, Spotlight.